Well, it's Wednesday night here in beautiful Northeast Tennessee, Western North Carolina,
Southwest Virginia.
It's beautiful. We are bracing for what could possibly be snowpocalypse.
I've went through so many of these as a kid. 93 was the one that everybody always talks about here that's around my age anyway, where we got, I think it was a foot, maybe more. I can't remember, but I was 4 years old. But, we were out of school for a whole week, all this stuff. But I have been through so many. Northeast Tennessee looks like they're going to be right in the middle of this, and nothing, dude.
And nothing happens, yep.
Flipping nothing. And it makes me, I don't love snow as much as I used to, but there's still enough in me that just makes me so ticked off when things don't happen.
Isn't that kind of just how it is, though, here? I mean, like, for example, we're going to win the national championship this year.
I just hope to win it in my lifetime.
Like, it just is always, it just seems to be like y'all down here,
mm-hmm.
it's just a constant letdown, man. It's just so, it's just upsetting.
We're in the valley, dude. It's just like.
Yeah, it's just upsetting. Good thing Jesus is on the throne.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Good thing, because if it's just, we lose everything, but we still have Jesus.
That's right.
And we have ICE.
We've got ice.
And we're going to have lots more of it. Instead of snow. Oh, that's what I'm talking about, Jared. What are you talking about, ice over there? Yeah, we got ice. What a hot mess it is in Minneapolis.
Jeez, hello, man. So we're going to start off, guys. And by the way, I'm going to give a quick disclaimer. The chat is live, so feel free to hop down into the chat, ask us questions, give us commentary, tell us whatever. And then hit all the important buttons. Subscribe, like, notify.
And we're already starting with 9 or 10 people on.
Stuff.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Yes.
Whoever y'all are.
Like and share. In fact, get on the phone and call your in-laws and everybody else. You just say, hey.
You may not like my voice. We're just down to 7. I will shut up now.
Yep.
So y'all.
Well, yeah.
Let me pull up Don Lemon, as Tucker calls him.
This guy, he is a lemon.
Yeah, he is. So if you guys haven't seen it, Don Lemon went into a church, and this was part of a protest. We're going to talk about this. We got a lot of other details to add to it, but this is kind of where the whole thing started, with him and a bunch of BLM / anti-ICE protesters.
Antifa,
all those people.
Soros funded.
It's shameful to interrupt a public gathering of Christians in worship.
But there were folks who will say,
I have to take care of my flock.
Okay, but listen, we live in there's a constitution and the First Amendment to freedom of speech and freedom to assemble and protest.
Yeah. We're here to worship. We're here to worship Jesus, because that's the hope of these cities. That's the hope of the world, is Jesus Christ.
I want to be very respectful. Please don't push me, though.
We're here to worship Jesus. Yes. That's why we're here. Yeah. Okay, that's why we're here. Okay. That's what we're about.
Don't you think Jesus would be understanding
we're about
and love these folks?
We're about spreading the love of Jesus.
But did you try to talk to them as a Christian?
No one is willing to talk.
Okay.
I have to take care of my church and my family, so I asked that you actually would also leave this building.
You don't want us to chronicle what happened?
Unless you're here to worship.
I'm always worship. I'm a Christian.
We're here to worship.
Ha.
We're here to worship. Okay.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
So he said this is First Amendment. This is what they do. Oh, First Amendment. We got a right to do it.
Yes.
There is a distinction, obviously, between a public space and private property, which is what a church is. Yes. A church is open to everyone.
Correct.
But if you come in and start whooping and hollering, yelling, threatening people, which I've got a clip that shows the guy he's kind of been at the face of this whole thing. Mm-hmm. Let me play that one real quick, and then we can talk about it real quick.
Yeah, and this guy has got a filthy mouth, by the way.
It's not. There's no language in this one, I don't believe.
That's great that he tamed himself.
You don't know who it is. It's the one with the arrow that is.
Yeah, the fascism guy.
Yeah.
With the F word
go.
on his shirt, literally.
Yes.
Does it?
Yeah, that's the sign of...
it's fine. You can't.
Yeah. Well, I can't even see it, so...
I don't think so, especially those ICE agents.
That's
no,
what I'm talking
no.
about. Yeah.
No, they're terrorists. They're traitors.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for your service. I appreciate it.
Today we have the
Thank
honor
you
to
for your
protest
service.
with Nikema Armstrong and the Racial Justice Network. Just like Jesus did, we went into that church and we flipped tables. peacefully. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Where are your people? Why are you not at Whipple every day fighting for the humanity, standing for our people? Where are you? You drink your coffee, you got your jewelry, you have your nice clothes, but what do you do? What do you do to stand for your Somali and Latino communities?
I'm not going to comment.
You have no comment, exactly. As you can see, all these pretend Christians, all these comfortable white people who are living lavish, comfortable lives while children are dragged into concentration camps. You're living real life, nice lives with your lattes, doing absolutely nothing for your Latino and Somali brothers and sisters. You come here to a man wearing a suit. Is a preacher? Did Jesus wear a suit? Did Jesus profit off the words? No! Jesus would dine with immigrants. Do not touch me. Touch me again and see what happens.
Hey, you can't.
You are a fake Christian. Why are you not standing with your Somali and Latino communities? Why do I not see you out at Whipple every day protesting this attack on humanity? Where are you? You're sinners. You're pretending to be Christians. But we know you live an easy life, don't you? A very easy life while people are starving.
This guy.
Living real comfortable while the people starve. Living real
Why do they all
comfortable
sound
while
demonic?
children
Yeah.
are-
Like they sound possessed.
I have a feeling because they,
Yeah,
he
there's probably
is.
a reason.
Yeah.
But what's funny is, what I would have said is, those people are eating better than I am, and I'm paying for it.
Oh,
There's your answer.
Yeah,
The Somalis, you mean the one with $3,000 glasses? You mean the ones that own daycares and drive Audis?
You mean the ones that laundered $700 million in cash out of the U.S.?
I'm sorry,
The
I don't
ones that
have.
are the number one funder of Al Shabaab.
Yeah, I'm not going to really stand for that.
They've stolen money from me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, probably not from him, because I don't think this guy has a job or pays taxes. I don't think he would care. But, Derek says maybe the guy should try a rehab facility, not a church.
I mean, like, dragging kids are being dragged into concentration. I'm like, dude, quit. Just what's the term? Quit, like, just over
Over-exaggerating and
It's
it's virtue signalizing.
sensationalizing this whole thing. That's not happening. Nobody's doing that.
No, it's virtue signaling, and it's him getting clout online.
Yeah.
Now he came out later and was saying, they invited us in. We weren't stopping them from worshiping. We weren't this, we weren't that. And I thought I had that clip, but I don't. And he brought up, who was it? It was the guy, the Rainbow Coalition, the founder of the Rainbow Coalition, is who he brought up as his example. Well, that was a guy, and I wish I had it in my notes, but he was the former founder or former Black Panther, and founder of the Rainbow Coalition.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a militant socialist, is what he is, and that's who these people are looking to. They're looking to militant socialists as their role model and as the people we got to keep this going, right? The Weather Underground or whatever else that.
Well, and here's the
this
problem
started back
with
in
this.
the 60s.
If zoom out just a little bit, this guy's getting traction. Okay, people are following him. They're looking at him. So this isn't going to be the last church this happens to.
No.
I give the pastor a lot of credit. I wouldn't have used the word shame on you. I mean, truthfully, I don't speak shame over people, but there's a better way.
Why not?
There's a better way.
I mean, but I'm saying, like, shame. People should know it is shameful to do those things. Like,
It's wrong to do those things. Yeah.
maybe it's its definition of shame. Maybe that's where we differ. I just see it as the slang. Shame on you.
Yes.
Shame
Which
on you
sounds
for doing
good,
that.
but shame is what the enemy puts on people.
Right.
Right. And so I don't want to speak I don't want to speak his language, especially to somebody who's possessed. Right. Or like clearly.
Yeah.
But I would, what's fascinating.
If he had a holy water and a squirt gun, I think all those people would have left.
Oh yeah. If he had a squirt gun, they would have left,
Yes.
And my favorite, comes down to like, this is private property. You're trespassing. Get out. If he spoke those words, they've got no grounds. They call the police and the guy gets arrested for disorderly conduct, for whatever, right? It clearly is, what really grinds me is, you have the right to assemble. You have the right to protest. We have the right to worship.
Yeah.
Your right to do that isn't trumping our right to worship.
Right.
Yeah,
You
and
need
go in
to
there-
leave.
You go in there saying, "Oh, we did it peacefully. Well, no, not really, because you interrupted their worship. You got in the face, like that's not peaceful. Peaceful would have been to like stand outside of the church.
Yeah.
Yeah, on
And
the
where was,
sidewalk.
obviously, this is a decent sized church. Where was the security? And I mean, maybe they let him in.
Well, and this is what they'll do. They'll say, "We're just here to worship with you. We want to make our presence known." We'll sit quietly in the back. The pastor starts talking. And allegedly, the pastor has, I don't know if he's an ICE agent or if he has some affiliation with ICE.
Right.
I don't know the
It
specifics.
could be something as simple as he's a chaplain.
It could be, but
You
they will get into the space and then cause a ruckus and say, "Well, we were invited in." Yeah, but you're violating the First Amendment rights of people.
Right.
Once it turns protest, and once it turns like this, where he's stopping people from being able to worship, that's a FACE Act violation.
Yeah.
But I wonder how many more churches need to be prepared for this.
Well, I'll say this. There are certain ones that I'm sure they could walk into the wrong one and the outcome would not be too great for them.
Correct. Yeah. If it's a threat,
So-
if they're approaching the pastor,
You know?
somebody's going to have rug burns,
Yeah.
you know?
Well, churches are having to start doing that. Like this is a necessary protocol for churches.
It is.
Understanding who is trained with their preferred implement.
Yep.
And with that implement, what who are the people who understand that, and are you training for those scenarios?
Yeah, we had them, and we had a team, and we had them when I was the lead pastor, and the church we're at now has them, and on top of it, they also have police officers that are there.
Yeah.
Sheriffs, deputies. Every time the building is open, there's a patrolman. I mean, there's, you can't deny. They're very, very apparent. Like you can see force at the church, which I'd imagine they would just arrest them when they came in.
And it's not just big churches. I saw a clip the other day. It was in a very small church, and it was there was a pastor. He was just up front. It looked like a tiny church, maybe one that has 30 or 40 people that come every Sunday. And a kid just got up out of the pew, pointed the firearm. It happened a couple years ago, but the clip resurfaced after this. It got back into the algorithm, and he was pointing it at the pastor. The pastor ducked. The guy's gun had jammed, and the parishioners jumped on him. So did the pastor. They wound up disarming him. But it's soft targets. They always look for soft targets, just like they look for schools, just like they look for, churches. To them are soft targets, and we have to harden them. Unfortunately,
Yeah. Well,
we do.
But yeah, this is pursuing charges.
Yeah, so this is Harmeet Dillon, and she is she's talking about the charges that they're considering bringing towards these people because it made its way all the way to the president's desk. Let's play this real quick.
In this case, I see various crimes that have occurred. Exactly what they are, I'm not going to flag, but the FACE Act has been mentioned as one of the predicates there. In other cases, the Biden DOJ used the Klan Act conspiracy charges tacked on to the FACE Act in the case of protests outside abortion clinics to bring much longer sentences. So there are a number of tools available to us. Who funded this? What else? What other crimes may have occurred? Was there a use of the wires or the mails in preparing for this event? Did anyone cross state lines to do this? All of those are potential predicates for additional federal charges.
Armin, I've just pulled up the Klan Act because this is the first time that I've heard this mentioned. This is a act that was passed in 1871, correction there, to combat the Ku Klux Klan and protect African Americans' voting rights, especially the Enforcement Act, which is known as the Force Act. So here's some of the information on screen. Would you mind breaking down for us, because we have just read the FACE Act and how this is an affinity to the FACE Act, an obvious and egregious demonstrable violation of the FACE Act because they were entering a place of worship, harassing and threatening. We just played a video of a bearded man who was threatening.
And I'm going to pause it here. I don't know if they get into it in this one, but just for everybody that's on right now, a very brief history of the FACE Act. This was back in 93 and 94. And interestingly enough, the people that were the most vocal in pushing it through were Ted Kennedy and Chuck Schumer. So Chuck Schumer was working on this back in the day. And the reason that churches are included, because it is the FACE Act, which is the Freedom of Access to Clinic Entrances Act. It was meant for abortion clinics, but they said this is not going, and left and right agreed, this is not going to pass constitutional muster unless we include houses of worship. And I kind of say that it's back in a backhanded way. It's considering abortion clinics because it's child sacrifice. This is part of the evil. But anyway, they said it's not going to pass constitutional muster unless they include that in it. So they did. And this is why people say, but it's about abortion clinics. Incorrect. It specifically says houses of worship as well.
Okay.
Hack
So
fantastic.
there you go. Let's keep going.
the Christians that were worshiping there, so it seems like an obvious FACE Act violation. But the Klan Act here, it is on screen. First time I've heard it mentioned. Can you unpack this for us, Harmeet?
Yeah, the Klan Act is one of the most important federal civil rights statutes, and it goes back to the time when President Lincoln emancipated the slaves, and yet the southern states, Dixiecrats mainly, were refusing to give them equal rights. And in fact, that you had sheriffs and you had law enforcement harassing the newly freed slaves. So the Klan Act is a law that makes it illegal to terrorize citizens, to violate their civil rights, to get together and conspire to violate the civil rights. It is often used against law enforcement, but is now used against others as well. So whenever anyone conspires to violate the protected civil rights of American citizens, the Klan Act can be used to bring a conspiracy charge. We, in the federal law enforcement parlance, call this 241 and 242 civil and criminal conspiracies. And so what the Biden administration did is, if three grandmas got together to pray outside an abortion clinic for the souls of the people inside, and including the unborn children, they would say, oh, that's not just a violation of the Klan Act, that's a conspiracy to violate the civil rights of women going in there to get abortions. And so
and I'll stop because this clip goes on for another couple minutes. If you want me to keep playing, I can, but
it's kind of fascinating.
Okay, let me keep playing, and I'll shut up.
We're going to add additional charges and punish that more and make it from a misdemeanor under the FACE Act to a felony under the Klan Act.
Good.
President Trump pardoned the pro-life protesters in those cases. I have recently defended successfully in the 11th Circuit a case called Oropesa, a case of Jane's Revenge, the pro-abortion protesters violently attacking crisis pregnancy centers in Florida. And we had the court uphold the Klan Act criminal enhancement to the FACE Act. So I know this is very deep in the weeds, but the point is there are a number of things. The FACE Act is just the start. Like I said, you have material support for disruptive activities. You have conspiracy to violate civil rights. You have potentially the use of other instrumentalities to commit crimes. And so some of these folks who did this have self-identified. Don Lemon himself has come out and said he knew exactly what was going to happen inside that facility. He went into the facility and then he began, quote unquote, committing journalism. And as if that's sort of a shield from being an embedded part of a criminal conspiracy. It isn't. And so we're getting our ducks in a row. We're putting the facts together. And this is a very serious matter. Come next Sunday, nobody should think in the United States that they're going to be able to get away with this. Everyone in the protest community needs to know that the fullest force of the federal government is going to come down and prevent this from happening and put people away for a long, long time.
You know what? Here's the thing, though.
Yeah.
And I'm with, now I don't know if it's Tanya or Tanya who commented this. So sorry. I'm going to cover all my bases there.
I'm going to say Tanya.
Tanya, okay. She says, I don't understand why these people haven't been arrested yet. People need to, one thing that I just have not been able to wrap my head around are, you hear we're going to, we're going to prosecute them to the fullest extent of the law, all that. But nothing ever happens. Mm-hmm. Something has to happen with this. Like Pam Bondi, would she be in control of this? I'm not sure.
Yes, technically she will be. But if Harmeet Dillon's taking, because she's the deputy or assistant attorney general, so she's gonna. I guess if she's spearheading this. By the way, in hindsight, she would have been far better than Pam Bondi. Far better than Pam Bondi. That's the reputation that people in D.C. are, you hear them talk about it online, and they're like, this lady would have been she'd have been the boss if we had her.
Yeah.
And this is also a couple of comments down here. Tristan is over on YouTube tonight, so that's good. But
That's a
also
rarity.
Crispy Chicken Raider said it's a stretch to include Don. But most people say, why hasn't anything happened? They have to build a rock solid case. The left doesn't care. The left is ready, ready, fire, aim with their handling of the legal system.
Yeah, look at how nothing's stuck.
Right, nothing's stuck.
They don't have their ducks in a row enough to make anything stick.
Yeah.
Where this is like, no, we're going to make it stick. These guys are going to pay conspiracy. I mean, that's a big, these are big charges.
Well, and they're digging deep because this, I had never heard of the Klan Act. And so as they mentioned, it was from 1871, and it was a federal civil rights law passed during Reconstruction to combat violence and intimidation by the KKK and similar groups after the Civil War. So it was meant for people to be able to sue the federal government if they violated constitutional rights, act under color of law, abuse power like police, government officials, etc. But they can actually flip that on, it can go in reverse.
Well,
so
it sounds like the Biden DOJ is the one that really used it, right?
Right. So if, as opposed to the government being the one who's infringing on someone's rights, if another person does, it works in the opposite. So if they conspire to deprive someone of civil rights, intimidate or threaten people from exercising constitutional rights, or use force to interfere with voting or legal processes, they can use the Klan Act it's kind of acts as a modifier, is how she was explaining it. So we can take something from a misdemeanor to a felony, or from increase the minimums or whatever for their prison sentence and all that under the auspices of a felony.
Yeah.
So
in other words, what you're saying is the tactics of Westboro Baptist Church are no longer really something you want to participate in.
Well, they can, because they would always stay outside.
Yeah, that's true. They never went inside.
That's true. They rarely pressed it.
And if they would have stayed outside, it would have been okay. But because they came in.
Crispy Chicken, I want to respond to this one. So Crispy Chicken Raider said, it's a stretch to include Don. I disagree. I think Don should have, my opinion, you guys tell me what you think. Don should have a lesser penalty because technically he is journalism, or is a journalist, and he's journalisming, in the church. But he had foreknowledge. The equivalent, I would say, is carjacking. If a reporter is out and this guy comes up and says, hey, we're about to carjack that lady, and they say, oh, I'd like to tag along and see what happens.
Right.
At some point, you are taking part in the commission of that felony.
Well, in that case, Jared, CNN, when they went in and found the hostage, remember when they planted a hostage and they pretended that they went in and found him? Do you remember that whole thing?
Oh, yeah.
So what is that? Like, that's premeditated hostage taking? I mean, there's a whole bunch of things CNN should go down for.
That was in a foreign country.
That was so bad.
Yeah,
I think it's hard for me to give an opinion with the Don Lemon thing because of my disdain for Don Lemon.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
It's like, and of course you're gonna see a lot of him in this clip because he is the most well-known person in the whole clip.
Oh yeah, of course.
I mean, so it's like you're going to see a lot of him. You're going to be like, oh, he should be like the number one person that goes down for this. But
Don, as a Christian,
oh yeah,
you should know better. You should know better.
Yeah.
And number one, when he was like, "Don't touch me," to the pastor, I'm kind of like, if I was the pastor, I would have said, "You need to back up a foot, or I'm going to touch you."
Yeah.
You need to back up 6 feet.
Yeah.
In fact, back out the door. You're not welcome here.
Yeah.
Not with what you're doing.
Right.
You are welcome here, not doing this.
Yeah. And what's fascinating to me is the people, and you could tell, and I would love to get somebody on here that was there, because you could tell there was a spiritual thing happening.
Yep.
The people they were praying.
Oh yeah.
They were worshiping.
Yep.
They were pushing against the enemy the only way that they knew how, besides, using force, obviously. But
yeah, they weren't cowering or anything like that. And I think that might have surprised the people a little bit.
I think it might have too.
Because, I mean, there were a lot of young people. A lot of young people that were just kind of, you don't faze me. Like,
no,
like
no, this is ridiculous.
Yeah.
And you know.
Which was great to see. That was really good to see.
Yeah. It's going to continue. This is that clip I was telling you about Jake Lang.
Oh, okay. So I saw.
Yeah,
that.
this guy was a protester, and look, I don't know. Full disclaimer, I don't know all of this guy's worldview. He purports to be a Christian. He is at a lot of these rallies, counter protesting the anti-ICE agents or leftists or BLM or whoever. And this is what he went through. This was just about a week ago. So he's trying to get away from these people, and they are, they're trying to wrap him up or roll him up, and they take him. The crowd essentially takes him. He has people that eventually latch onto him, but he shows up a little while later. Again, mob. It is straight up mob rule.
Well, a lot of that looks like journalists. Looks like, the cameras and the
cameras and stuff.
Yeah. But yes, straight up mob rule.
Yeah. So this was him after the fact. You can see, again, I'm going to keep it muted because there's
bleeding.
I was going to keep it muted, but it was.
I thought they were playing Rocky Top in the background there.
Yeah. So somebody bashed him over the head with something. You can see him at the top left.
Yep.
Yeah. Tanya, let's see. Don knew, and he himself went to the pastor and disrupted the church service. He should have known better, known the law prior. He was investigator about these people were being harassed. There you go.
He was.
I'm going to put that one up, Tanya. That's a good one.
He absolutely instigated it to an extent. Yeah,
So I'm trying to get a good read here. Was that interview he was doing with the guy? Was that before they went into the church?
It
was after.
Yes.
There's a separate interview during. So
is it really?
While he was there, he actually here's the crazy thing. He airs this stuff thinking, "Oh, I'm in the right." And the people that support him are like the crazy guy with the beard who was yelling at the parishioners.
Well, it's a think tank. They're all the same.
Right. Let me see if I can find the clip because it was chaos as it typically is.
In fact, Jared, you could pull up that one graphic of the protesters in Minneapolis. That'd be appropriate right now.
What's that?
You could put up that one graphic about the protesters in Minneapolis that we.
Oh, the pie chart.
No, the other one with the ladies.
Let's see. This one?
Yeah, that one.
That's it.
There you go.
Can we put that one up?
Yeah, that's great. It's perfect.
That's so wrong.
Oh, okay. You can take it down now. I don't want to leave it up too long. But yeah, it's especially because I told my 7-year-old tonight he wants to watch he's like, I want to watch your show, Dad. And I'm like, yeah, he can. I think we got to take it down before he can read the whole thing. It takes him a minute to sound it out. The. Help him out as much as we can.
Your wife's like, okay, let's
so this
move over here.
Here's the video. I'll play the video of him. So this was.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, have you seen this one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's in the church. Is that during the mess?
That's
yeah. So, sorry. Go ahead, Ben.
No, you go ahead because you know more.
Yeah. So the original one with the pastor, that was when the church service was going on. My understanding is that the church service was so disrupted, it stopped, obviously, because they're still in there in the church. And this guy, as he was leaving, Don Lemon grabbed him. Not literally grabbed him, but stopped him and started asking him questions. And he was very, very kind. And then Don Lemon just starts hounding the dude.
Oh, yeah. Follows him outside.
Yeah, follows him outside. So I guess you just don't want to hear facts, harassing him, basically.
And they've interrupted our worship. This is a house of peace, and we try to proclaim that. And this stirs division and rancor. And in the end, it's not helpful. Ultimately, I believe they've lost. They've emptied a house of worship. Everybody's gone home. Their point has been proven worthless. And so, in the end, I think they lose. But more importantly, if I was to break into any of their houses uninvited, cause derision and upset according to their values, I would be kicked out ultimately. It's not a good way. I feel violated. I feel interrupted. I feel angry.
May I ask you something? When you were saying if you had showed up at their house, they're saying that people are showing up at houses where they're citizens
Yes.
or without due process and breaking and entering their house. One that we saw, I've been watching from New York, with a battering ram into someone's private property. And
What does that have to
there's
do
no
with this little
recourse.
church?
What does it?
There's no, you understand what I'm saying?
This is all part of a much larger dialogue, in my opinion. You know, on one side are people who watched a previous administration bring 12 million people in over the course of 4 years, and many of them undocumented, many of them criminals, etc. This is another administration's corrective. Now, whether you agree with the policies or procedures, I think I could actually be sympathetic to some of the things where there have been
Their
challenges
connection, not
to
mine.
fashion and decency. At the same time, these are what are called targeted interventions by ICE to keep the American people safe.
If I respectfully may interject here, I've been out reporting on a lot of these, and they're not targeted. There are no warrants signed by a judge.
Incorrect.
And they're, and they're American citizens, many of them.
Incorrect.
Most of the people.
Of the 800,000, there's been 170 Americans momentarily detained.
Yeah, that's the thing. Momentarily.
Right, because they're hanging out with other illegal immigrants and then they go back to living their life.
How?
Sorry, you want me to keep going?
It's just I commend the guy.
Yeah.
You know, very well spoken. Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah,
I was
follows
just
him
going to
out.
say, he follows him out.
All
He's
right,
like
So
hounding the guy.
This dude's done. He's done.
Done talking.
And of course, Lamone's not.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's
Exactly. Dina Walters down on YouTube said, what does church have to do with a criminal illegal alien's house? Bingo.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you.
yeah, it's apples and oranges. And I like what Tanya says here. She said, she would, as a Christian, she would never interrupt a mosque and disrupt their service.
No.
And you can, it's okay to protest. It's okay to have your opinion about things. It's okay to talk to people about your opinion. But when you're disrupting somebody's sacred moment, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's just wrong. It's just wrong. And I think at this point, we can go ahead and safely say that morality and that kind of compass is just right out the window with this group of people.
Oh, absolutely.
And what's fascinating about it is this group of people think that they're in the right. And I think that's the deception that we need to really pay attention to, is they think they're in the right because they're a product of a bigger think tank. And I love that we might not all agree on Trump. We might not all, but I do love the Department of Justice saying, finally, we're going after the money. You look at BLM, you look at Antifa, you look, what do all these things have in common? They have sown disruption and discord into the fabric of our society for too long, and it's just a small handful of people that are making this happen. And these people, the people we look at from Antifa and everything, they're puppets. They're just their puppets.
And the people, the people that gave so much of their own money with good intentions, most of them, I would assume,
Sure.
gave money to these organizations. None of it was used for what they claim to have used it for.
No, the houses and yeah.
So
I don't think anybody.
it was a gift
Yeah, it was, you basically
to the
just
people.
gave it to
Yeah,
them.
absolutely.
And, people were duped. Everybody. That was the BLM especially was such a big, shining lie. And it deceived so many people. I would have been one of them if I didn't have somebody in my corner of the world who happens to be related to me that is African-American, half African-American, who's saying, don't fall for this.
Oh, yeah.
She was smart enough to go, no, this isn't right. And what happened in her world, and she would tell you, everybody like her cashier at the supermarket that she goes to every couple days started treating her differently. Like it backfired.
Right.
Yeah.
It backfired on her. It backfired on so many of them because now all of a sudden instead of being a human, you're a black person.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, I got to treat you different because you're black. You're a person. Get over it. But yeah, if you really look at all of these organizations, especially what's going on right now, I think that, they are funded. This whole thing in Minneapolis, it's a shell game. I mean, we've got a pie chart here of the breakup by cohort and network of different Election Inc., Migration Inc., Riot Inc. These are all being sponsored. Millions of dollars are pouring into these organizations by a small group of people.
Yeah. But and by the federal government.
Yeah, we backdoor, right? Yeah.
Right. We talked about it during the migrant crisis, the nonprofits that were doubling, tripling, quadrupling in size under the Biden administration, all from government grants, and they were part of the human trafficking that was going on across the southern border.
And I'm sure the Soros family is somewhere in that as well.
Oh, they are on every one of these. They're in the top 3.
Yeah, Soros is number 3 on.
I see it. Okay.
On Election Inc. Migration, Soros is number 3, and on Riot, Soros is number 2.
You know who else is heavily involved? The Tides Foundation. Clinton's the.
That's interesting.
Yep.
And big tech. I mean, good gracious. I mean, just for elections. I mean, Ford, Google. Like, are you kidding me?
Yep. I mean, obviously, you get the Rockefellers and Warren Buffett.
Yeah.
You get that.
Yeah.
Zuckerberg, you get it. But this is evil on paper. Sowing discord intentionally. Sowing discord.
Oh, yeah.
And it's trying to manipulate people, and we're like sheep. That's why Jesus is called the Great Shepherd, because we're like sheep. Trying to manipulate people to view the world the way they want them to view it.
Yep.
And I'm sorry. I really do. I feel like these people who are out there protesting, who are out there, it just boggles my mind. I feel bad for how deceived they are. That they can't actually, they're doing this under the guise of being against the system when they're very much the big part of the system.
And funded by the system in a lot of instances.
Funded by the system.
Nothing you could tell them, nothing you could show them would change their mind about that particular thing, that they're protesting against. And it's like they've got such rose-colored glasses on that they cannot see anything else. They have been told that you should act this way. This is what's going on. I promise you, don't go look into it. Just trust me. This is what's going on.
Yeah. Roberts just brought out a good point. He said the people who marched in there were just clickbait, pawns for Lemon, and those who fund it. Like, yeah, it's just, it was all, I wonder if it was planned. I wonder if Lemon planned it. I wonder if...
Oh, it wouldn't shock me.
Or whoever's paying him planned it.
I don't think he's not smart enough to do that. I'm sorry. I really don't think he is.
You're probably right.
I really don't think he is. Yeah.
You're probably right.
He's pretty much a mouth breather.
Such a lemon.
I mean, but we are okay. So, we had last week the tragedy with Renee Good, and her name has almost escaped everybody's mind. We moved on. The world has moved on, right? It's just, sadly, her family hasn't, but, we've moved on. We're going to go ahead and protest things. Now we're going to disrupt a church. That's going to make the news. And that's what everybody's talking about. And nobody is talking about Greenland right now.
Nope.
The way that we need to be. Do you have that graphic of Trump that I sent the bee?
The Babylon bee?
Yeah.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, this is great.
Yeah. Let me pull that one up. There we go.
There we go. It's perfect.
Oh, God.
He doesn't look, he looks more.
I think that color on his beard, that's natural.
I think that is natural.
I mean, that is.
Yeah. I think that's natural.
What is it they use? Henna? Isn't it henna that they use to dye it? I think that's what it is.
It might be like henna tattoos.
Yeah, but they
Same
use
ink?
it. Yeah,
They use it in their beard.
In Afghanistan, they'd use it.
Do they really?
Yeah. They would color
That's
their
why they're
beards.
always just so. Their beards are so dark.
Yeah.
Well, they would get like a red hue to them.
Huh.
Yeah.
Just for men works too, if they can.
Red beards and chewing cot. I was talking to
Chewing what?
Cot.
Cot.
What is cot?
It's a leaf. It's like a like a wild stimulant. It's I think it's below cocaine, but it's
above
still,
coffee, below cocaine.
It's well above coffee,
Okay.
well above Monster. And
Okay, be
all
honest.
that.
Did you ever try it?
No, because no.
Does it make you hallucinate?
It's actually a drug. So
Oh.
yeah, it's like a drug. So they would chew cot, smoke hash, and dye their beards red. What else you gonna do?
I guess. I mean, yeah, when the government funds you.
Well, no,
I mean, who knows, right? Who
I was
knows?
just saying because there's nothing else to do in Afghanistan.
Yeah.
other than,
So apparently, though, I was on my way here tonight. Right before I got here, there was a thing that dropped about Trump settling something with them. And so I didn't get a chance to look into it because it's so fresh.
Oh, with Greenland?
Yeah, but
yeah.
what exactly we don't know the details is what I've heard.
We do know there are 6 points that dude, there's no way I'm going to be able to find this in time.
Well, we can
as y'all can, but
is Greenland going to be like? Are they going to be ours, or are we leasing? Are we?
So he didn't talk. He didn't talk very specific about it being ours. I can play a clip, and you can let's let people judge their interpretation.
Yeah. What do you guys think? Watch this, and what do you guys think? Let us know what you think.
So this was one of his.
I want to get a Greenland sweatshirt now. If it is,
I will tell you guys. He and Scott Bessent went. They went yard on.
Scott Bessent's speech about
Gavin Newsom.
Gavin Newsom was awesome.
It was so good.
Great.
But they were going off on the elites up at Davos.
Good.
It's crazy.
Concept of a deal. I think it's going to be a very good deal for the United States, also for them. And we're going to work together on something having to do with the Arctic as a whole, but also Greenland. And it has to do with the security, great security, strong security, and other things.
The market 600 points, getting back a lot of some of the nervousness we had in the last couple of days. The tariffs are off. Nothing happens on February 1st.
No, we took that off because it looks like we have pretty much a concept of a deal.
A deal of ownership, a deal...
Well, it's a little bit complex, but we'll explain it down the line. But the Secretary General of NATO and I and some other people were talking, and it's the kind of a deal that I wanted to be able to make.
Where does Denmark, did they weigh in on what they want, what they would agree to?
Well, I assume they did because he very much represents, he's a strong leader. Mark Rutte. And he, I assume he's been speaking to them. He's been speaking to all of them.
Are mineral rights involved? Is ownership involved? Did the Golden Dome sway people?
I don't want to say yet, but...
The Golden Dome was very compelling today when you talked about that.
Yeah, the Golden Dome, and they're going to be involved in the Golden Dome. And they're going to be involved in mineral rights, and so are we.
It's not specific enough to know at this point how long this lasts.
You're not going to get it out of him.
Forever.
It'll be forever.
For Greenland.
I love that.
You're not going to get
forever.
Yeah,
that's staggering.
It's better than a 99.
This is what 2 hours after.
It's better than the Obama deal with the famous Iran nuclear deal.
Yeah,
with a 9-year deal. No, this is forever. This is a long term.
he's not going to get it out of him. So in the next couple days, we're going to find out what exactly they got to pan it out. They got to hash it out. But good. So we can stop talking about Greenland because
I mean, I think he's all right. So there's a second clip. I'm not going to play it because it's just a longer version of him saying that, but everybody's trying to get an answer out of him.
Yeah.
I think this is him putting it out there that yes, we're going to get Greenland. We're going to get it. Maybe not, is it going to be something like Puerto Rico or something?
Yeah, the
like
U.S.
that,
Virgin
maybe,
Islands.
Yeah, the Virgin Islands is going to be that sort of a thing. But, he is, they're working on a deal, but I think he's throwing it out there to say, all right, if it doesn't happen, it's because they weren't willing to keep up their end of the bargain. Like it's him getting ahead of the story.
Yeah.
And they were probably still,
they're still chatting about it.
Like, I'm just going to go ahead and let the press know.
Yeah.
That I think we're about there.
Yeah.
So,
you got to give him. He plays chess.
Yeah, he plays
crazy.
He plays 4D chess.
Whether you like him or not, he plays chess. So yeah, that's good. It's good for. I think the people of Greenland. Somebody said something about what we should do is send migrants to Greenland, and then have them all vote to be part of America.
There you go.
That's
funny.
Just use the Dominion machines.
Well, yeah, Dominion machines. They'll get you whatever you want.
Whatever you want.
Oh, Tristan says take Antarctica next.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. Well, that Antarctica is that's a weird animal.
Dude.
You get up
can
there,
go in a deep rabbit hole with that.
You get up there and get past that ice wall. It's a whole nother world, apparently.
We may need to have a whole show on Antarctica.
Well, we're going to have
how it's run.
So I do want to what else do we got? Politics wise and Jesus wise.
Do a show live from Antarctica.
Let's see.
We might be able to next week.
Yes. That's true.
Let's see.
Did you get the picture I sent you guys of Russia?
Yeah, dude.
The
amount of snow that they got. Is that what you're talking about?
I sent just a snapshot to you. Texted you.
Was it in the group chat?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah, there's like snow all the way up to on these
12 stories.
Yeah, dude. It snowed
Drifted up
just forever. People are jumping out of their apartment windows onto these snow dunes. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah, I would totally. That would be so fun.
I have to drag it over into my
12 stories, and you open your window and sled.
That's the craziest thing I've ever seen.
Oh, it's
Could you imagine?
That's legit.
I thought it was AI. No. That's real.
What in the world?
Is that not crazy?
Mother Russia. Can you imagine?
Wow.
The water shortage that they're going to have come spring.
Dude.
In Russia, it's cold. It's very, very cold.
Yeah. I mean, that's a postcard.
No crap.
That is a postcard.
Come visit.
Be glad you're not here.
Right.
Merry Christmas.
Right. I want to.
Golly.
Greetings.
Sucks to be me.
Everybody in Tennessee needs to take that and write on it and send it out to everybody considering moving here.
Hey, when you have a bad day, just look at this. Just know it could be worse.
Yeah. Try shoveling out of that.
Dina over on YouTube said Russia got 8 meters of snow.
Yes.
8 meters. So
a meter stick.
That's roughly 25 farthings.
I think a meter is 3
or 36 hands.
A meter's 3.
I don't know.
A meter's
about 3 feet.
About 3 feet. So 20, about 24 feet. What the crap?
Could you imagine?
Dude.
I like mine better.
That
farthings.
Farthings? I don't even know what a farthing is.
Let's go back.
Isn't that a currency?
Let's go back all the way.
It's a biblical.
So it was used.
Shillings is currency. Farthings is distance.
No, a farthing was a small British coin worth a quarter of a penny.
Oh, come on.
Worth a quarter of a penny?
Yeah.
Well,
a quarter of a penny?
Yeah.
Who works?
But that's when pennies were worth roughly a nickel.
Oh,
so
gosh.
What the crap?
Russia sucks, man. I could not. I don't know how people do it. I mean, I guess, people might say the same thing about Tennessee, although I don't know how in the world they could. It's gorgeous here.
I mean, that's just like, and that was from like one continual.
One snow?
This is like.
One snow.
It's just.
Wow.
You know what? I stand corrected. A farthing is not a measurement of distance.
No.
It really is. Up until 1961.
It wasn't up until 1961?
Yeah, it's worth 1/4 of a penny. And they used it up until 1961. So what would you buy?
That's my thing. A farthing.
Like what did bread cost? 98.25 cents in 19, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, but that, I mean,
the American way. It's like everybody, they need to get on the imperial system.
Yeah. Have you ever seen,
come on over,
you ever seen that Nate Bargatze, the
Gosh,
president? It's so great.
It's so
great.
Funny, man.
Yes.
But yeah, this just looks like a wave of terror to me. It just looks like
it's crazy.
Maybe,
that looks like
here's a conspiracy. Antarctica, where they control the weather from Antarctica. This is the conspiracy. They said, well, Russia was getting we needed to give them an example of our power, just like we did in Venezuela.
They were getting a little lippy with Ukraine, so this is what happens.
Well, just like the Venezuelan troops who didn't know what was happening and all this stuff, they said, hey, you know what else we can do? Make it snow on Russia.
Yeah.
No, it always snows on Russia.
No. Watch
make
it.
it snow.
Yeah. Watch it. Hold my beer. Watch this.
I would love to know a lot about Antarctica, dude. That is a
Okay, so now that you've started this, and you didn't know coming into tonight, you didn't know that last week Jared and I talked about, and Tristan and Wayne are on the, and she's into this stuff too. So it was like we talked a little bit about like, can you explain how like we had technology that we can't replicate, that we lost it. Somehow we lost it.
Yeah.
This goes back to like even your Antarctica thing. You've seen the videos on Instagram and stuff of beyond the ice wall.
Oh yeah.
It's like what's beyond the ice wall? I don't know.
Cities and just
beaches.
Oh yeah.
Dinosaurs.
Where Atlantis is, and that some people
Right,
say that
yes.
Atlantis is beyond it.
And the earth is flat. And it's like, wait, okay. All right, slow down.
Slow your roll there, guy.
Yes.
Slow down. I'm going to grant the people that are this deep in the rabbit hole. Antarctica is odd. It definitely is a weird thing because it's like, what do we know about it? And why can't anybody be there?
That's the thing. Why can't you go?
Yeah, you can't.
That's like an Area 51 thing.
Ben, don't be ridiculous. You just can't go. Everybody knows that. You can't go. Nobody can go.
That's not good enough, man.
I mean,
why, literally, why can't you go?
Nobody knows. Nobody knows. It's too cold. I mean, tell that to the people. You can go to Russia.
Yeah. The picture of Russia says differently.
I mean,
that it's too, that
26 farthings of snow they got.
That's
farthings.
Yeah.
Where did that even come from? You ever have those moments where you use the wrong word just for no reason at all?
Future says, she says, I almost went on a trip to Antarctica several years ago. I kind of wish I would have, but now that I know more about it, and then googly eyes.
Okay, well, so who do you how do you do? Who are you going to go with? That's the question I have.
I'm sure they have expeditions that go there.
Okay, but they don't go beyond. Like they're not going beyond the ice wall. Surely not. Yeah. Nobody can go beyond the ice wall.
You know what is weird to me though? You got all these. Oh man. Okay, I'm not going to be long with this at all. You got all these videos of people. Like in airplanes and stuff, it's like, oh, going beyond that. But I haven't seen any where you literally go beyond the ice wall.
No, they fly next to it.
So it's like,
look, this is the wall.
Just fly over it. Though.
I'm like, every time they do it too, I'm like, just turn right. Just turn. You're going to go over it. I get it. You want to see what I like to call the shore. Yeah. Because that's what it is. It's just they film the shore of Antarctica.
Yeah.
But they never go beyond the ice wall, even though you can because you're above it. You're flying.
Yes.
It's not like you can't go over the ice wall.
And it's so dramatic, like, oh, there it is.
Yeah, there's the ice wall.
Just go.
Look at that. There's the wall of ice.
That's what makes people so just like, why aren't you going over it, man?
And my favorite is they'll usually bait you with like, watch this. Yes. Watch this till the end.
Yes.
And you're like, okay, what's going to happen?
30 minutes.
What's going to happen?
You've been just watching the same clip.
Are they actually going to turn right? You're watching it. Are they going to turn right? They're going to go over the ice wall any minute now. And they never go. They just never do.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry, guys. I should never even.
So she said no, it wasn't beyond the ice wall. It was a trip to South America with a day or two to Antarctica. So going to South America, and then I guess it's a hop, skip, and a jump.
Is it that close?
Mm-hmm.
Like that?
Well, I mean, if you ever looked at a
I guess it is. Yeah.
From Cape Horn.
That's in Africa. Isn't it? Cape Horn.
That's the southern tip, isn't it?
Oh boy.
Do I not? Am I?
Well, I can tell you what's not. Cape Girardeau is not the southern tip of Africa. I think it's Cape Horn.
Let's zoom out on maps.
Or Cape Fear.
Let's get a geography lesson because we're what in the world?
We're from Tennessee.
Yeah.
My wife and I heard somebody arguing the other day. We were at Olive Garden. It was a $high date.
Oh, absolutely. Yes.
Except we took the kids. So
yeah.
Sometimes we date with the kids. Whatever.
Is it Cape?
But we had a woman sitting next to us, and she was talking, whole group of people, and she was talking about time zones or something. And she said, well, something in Boston, but they're Central Time Zone. And my wife looked at me like, wait, does this woman have no idea where Boston is? Like,
it's like, you want me to tell her?
Yeah,
Dang,
look how close that
is.
is,
dude.
Yeah, I mean, it's just,
measure distance. Let's see.
Wow.
If we go,
if you measure the distance there, it's roughly about 4 inches on that screen. So you should be there in an hour.
let's see, measure distance. Oh, here, I don't have it up for everybody to see. I'm sitting here messing around on the screen.
That's a neat little tool.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh.
So it's 533 miles just to get to the
Ain't that something?
peak. Yeah.
So I mean, you could get there from here, but you can't get over the ice wall. So you just look. I mean, got to get over that wall. But what's fascinating, and this is where this kind of gets dicey, right? Is that they've got maps, right? You've seen the maps from eons ago where they've mapped it all out. They've got it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, wait a minute, who did that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there've been people. You heard the story. I don't know if it's true or not.
Yeah, let's go there.
So the story was that these people were exploring down in Antarctica, and the polar bears that I think it was polar bears are South Pole, right? That's Antarctica. I'm pretty sure.
North Pole.
And
Polar's north. They're north. Like, you get high enough in Alaska, you got to be careful of them. So they're north.
Oh, they're not in the south.
No. Although, I mean, if the world's upside down, which it might be.
No, I think polar bears are in Antarctica. Polar bears in Antarctica? Let me double check. No, polar bears do not live in Antarctica. You were correct. Okay, it was south.
I could be wrong about farthings, but I know my polar bears.
It's native to the North Pole. Okay, anyway. Well, it's still an interesting story. So the guys were exploring the North Pole, and the polar bears were, they hunt humans. There's only a few things that hunt humans. And these guys got shipwrecked, and they're stuck, and they're all floating on this ice shelf. And off in the distance, they see a polar bear. And the polar bear hops in the water,
Heck no.
swims a little way, pops out onto another ice shelf.
Coming towards
Looks
them.
at him, pops in the water, goes up, comes back.
Okay.
And it keeps doing this until it finally pops up on their ice shelf, grabs one of their buddies, takes him back into the water, pops up on the next ice shelf. The guy's still alive, and it's just devouring the guy.
Just eats him.
Yeah. And I guess he did that. The polar bear did this with like 2 or 3 of the guys of the 5 or 6 that were still surviving. And, eventually somebody like an icebreaker or whatever had come to rescue him. But like it had just, there's nothing you can do if you're not armed.
Yeah, what are you going to do?
Of course, my first thought was, why don't you shoot? But yeah, if you're not armed, you're kind of screwed.
Yeah, it's not like you're going to grab a stick.
The guy that locked himself in a dadgum cage with one outside. What? Did you see this?
No.
Oh, bro, I'm going to find the clip. It is crazy. This thing is trying every way to just devour.
I think I saw this where it's trying to open the door. It's trying to unlock it. It's trying to,
dude?
It's the same as the shark people that get in the tanks, and it's like, let me punch this one and see if it goes away.
Yeah.
Like, but yeah. So we were talking last week about ancient civilization and how in the world.
I have to play this.
Yeah. This guy, I've seen this.
Yeah.
This is great.
Flippin' no, dude.
Yeah. So he gets in this cage or this whatever.
Get an appreciation for what this animal is. It is one of the most powerful animals on the planet, one of the most intimidating animals on the planet, and one of the few animals that actually see us as food.
There's openings?
The bear's nose has led it to a gap.
No.
You can sniff me. Gosh, I could have actually touched its nose.
I'd biff him.
I'm sorry, that guy's a moron.
Yeah.
She's feeling the pressure that she can actually feel that.
He's got a death
Her
wish.
space is flexing. She's
Look
trying to see if
at
she can
that.
crawl through it. She's trying to see if she can bite through it. It's getting a little bit hairy in here. I can feel that he's just pushing all his weight. It's like the cube. Jeez. Dramatically.
I mean,
That's idiotic. I mean,
Thank you.
That is stupid.
I mean, at some point, you got to have a firearm out. Even in the cage, I couldn't not. Yeah.
Food, Dina says down in the chat.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, I know.
Derek says they used to beat polar bears with snowballs as kids.
That guy, I think this guy has seen. He said this as kids. This guy has seen one too many Coca-Cola commercials.
Yeah, right. With the
It's like,
especially
it's
at Christmas time.
yes,
Yeah, look, it's a polar bear. Oh, they're so cute. Yeah, no. But we were talking about things we can't explain.
Yep.
Antarctica being one, like we can't go there. I can't explain that. Nobody knows why, right? But there's quite a few things all over the world that there's no explanation for that predate written history that we're aware of, right? That we cannot. Things have been built and done. For example,
Stonehenge, the pyramids,
Sacsayhuama,
this,
right? They use stones that we can't lift today.
God, oh shoot, those are huge.
Stacked them up, and you can't fit a piece of paper between them. So perfect that you can't fit a piece of paper between them.
Oh, I gotta save. This is a great picture here.
That's
Let me
nuts.
save this one to my downloads and pull it up. I didn't pull this one, or I'm pulling this one from the article.
I mean, you can't. Like, yeah, look at the engineering on this and how they did it, and keep in mind that we can't. Not only can we not do that, we can't lift those today.
That's pretty incredible.
Yeah.
So how
do they do it?
Does that?
Nobody knows, Ben. Magic.
I'm sorry, I just saw in the comments Tristan said, "Can I pet that dog?"
Oh yes, that's one of the that's one of the best ones. Can I pet that dog?
So I mean, you think when you look at something like this, number one, if we were doing it today, that's pretty cool. Look at how they did those rocks. It's pretty cool. They all stacked in that circular, like that one part. This is crazy.
So you're saying if somebody asked you to do a job for them like that, you could, or
I would become like Charlie Kirk, who apparently is a time traveler.
yeah,
and go back. Oh, I heard this week.
Oh.
This is the best. I tried to find it, I couldn't. It was Alex Jones, and he's always angry about something.
Dude, his voice, man. Yeah.
But so Alex Jones was reporting that apparently Erica Kirk is 15 weeks pregnant. Okay.
Okay.
Now, this was probably AI generated.
Tom Brady's baby.
No. Apparently Candace Owens is a man.
Oh, there we go.
Gosh,
Candace Owens. Candace Owens got Erica pregnant, and they conspired to get rid of Charlie so they could have the baby.
If Candace couldn't have Charlie,
she's gonna have Erica.
Have Erica.
He is gonna have Erica.
Whatever.
Yeah.
That's
great.
Crazy.
But yeah, I'd be like a time traveler. I'd go back and find them.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot of theories here. I'm not going to, let's just get into it. Number one, you've got these people that are like, yeah, they rolled him on logs and they pushed him up a hill. And we're talking like right now, I pulled this up.
I've got an idea, and I think we've talked about this before. I've got an idea, I think, of how exactly all that happened.
I bet your idea is exactly the same as mine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like the Temple of Jupiter, for example, made in 500 BC. Okay. They have found that and mind you, they stack these stones and cut them with like copper. You know what I mean? Like, what did you say last week? That they didn't have.
Yeah. There was the bronze.
Bronze.
Right.
Okay,
bronze was the metal of time.
Bronze. And so they were able to cut these stones to perfection. And this Temple of Jupiter in Baalbek, you cannot fit a needle between the stones. They're so tightly fit together.
Did you send that one to me?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
But some of them are 200 tons. 200 tons. They've found 1,600-ton stones that have been cut. That
precisely.
You cannot. Yeah.
That's just,
like we can't touch that. Like,
yeah.
There's only I think 2 cranes in America that can lift over like 20 tons, 30 tons, something stupid like that, right? There's only like 2 of them, and they can't even touch 200 tons. I mean,
yeah, they Grant. Oh my gosh, I'm completely drawing a blank. Fingerprints of the Gods wrote the book.
Yeah,
who talked about the ancient monolith structures and
you
things
lost
like
me
that.
at book.
Grant, oh my goodness gracious! Somebody in the comments help me out.
Was he on like the History Channel ever?
He's been on the History Channel. He had a show. He had a whole
Grant
series.
Cardone?
No, not Grant Cardone.
Oh, okay.
No.
Okay. I was going to say, I think this is a real guy. I'm going to give this a shot.
Graham Hancock. That's who it was.
Graham Hancock. Yeah, you're talking Grant, and I'm all Ulysses.
No, I was thinking Grant Hancock. No, yeah. Graham Hancock.
Graham. Yeah.
Yeah. So when he talks about these massive stones that are laid, hundreds of tons each, and there's 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 of them, whatever it is in parts of the temples. Yeah, it's crazy. I know that. I mean, I could spit. I think we all agree on the same theory. This comes back, by the way, because we're talking about ancient technology. Mm-hmm. There's Anna Paulina Luna was just not testifying today, but she was talking in Congress today about technology, alien technology.
Yep. Okay.
And her and about a dozen people have confirmed. They were like, I have seen the reports of the technology. We have otherworldly technology, and I can't say any more without violating my security clearance or violating my security protocols. So that stuff is, we say it's demonic, right?
Yeah.
That it's
fallen angel
technology.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, but here's the thing I think we've got to wrap our mind around. Number one, we know that the world before the flood was much different than it is now. I mean, much different. Mm-hmm. Things were a little bigger. For example, trees.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Like, we know that trees were much bigger to the effect of like
made redwoods look small.
Yeah.
I mean,
made redwoods look tiny.
Yeah.
Right? That the trees, some of which today are petrified mountains, are, much bigger. Man was much bigger because everything was much bigger. Man had to be much bigger, right? And so the thought is, we can't do that today, but what if we were that much bigger? Or we also know that there were giants among the giant men. Does that make sense? Like, if you're talking plant life, animal life, stuff pre-flood was so much bigger. The world was so much more oxygenated. Everything was so different that it's possible that those stones would have been like bricks to ancient man.
Maybe not like bricks, but I guess potentially
two of us,
like a two-man lift to set them in place.
But so you can't have that though. We can't say that because then it gets rid of the whole theory of evolution idea.
Yeah.
You can't, because you don't want to. Generally speaking, things don't evolve from being powerful and, to being weak.
Yeah.
That's not how it goes, right? Survival of the fittest would suggest otherwise. And since Darwin believed in that, you can't believe in survival of the fittest and then have giants become little.
Well, technically, if Darwin was right, we're moving in the opposite direction.
Absolutely.
Yep.
We're devolving. So would that be the rest of his theory? Is that you evolve to a peak and then you start to decline and you eventually? That's what we're doing.
Maybe that is. I haven't read enough because he's a liar. I haven't read enough about him and what he believed.
He's trash.
But the other thing that strikes you, right, is that so we've got this other thing of the children of Adam and Eve, when Cain killed Abel, right? He went to a city. Have you ever stopped to think about that for a minute? So just let's let that sink in. So he went to a city.
Uh-huh.
Well, okay, but so he's the son of Adam and Eve.
Uh-huh.
And he kills his only brother, who would have been the only brother, right? The other son of Adam.
I got you.
But he went to a city.
What else? Yeah. Who's in the city?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
And have you ever thought about that?
No, never have.
I've never thought about that.
Never have.
So there's a lot of things that the Word gives us, and there are some things the Word doesn't.
Yeah, it's not a complete depiction of history, anthropology. Yeah, what's the word I'm looking for? It doesn't tell you anything and everything. It's what you need to know to live your life. But there's unanswered questions that just exist, like that are just going to be.
It would be really cool though to ask God, and maybe one day we'll get to, but if we even care about that, if that even like comes to mind in heaven, I don't know. I don't know if, like you always say, yeah, when I get up there, I don't even know if that will, if you'll be able to just think about asking him a question like,
what if you just know?
What if you, yeah. What if
I mean, I think you just know.
I guess so.
Like it's going to be revealed.
I guess that's true.
It's all going to unfold. You'll be like, oh, I get it now.
I won't be worried about it.
Yeah, I mean, no, I don't think generally will be worried about it. But
hey, let me show you this. Let me show you this picture of me in this Navy football helmet, though, real quick. I want everybody to see that.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah. Hey, remember that time?
I got my phone with me somehow.
Can I show you this, God? Yeah. But I think I think a lot of times though, we tend to just think of everything.
That one today.
I love that one, by the way. That's the one. How
dare you?
I think we look at it and go, "This is this is chronological, literal. It's all complete. Everything's there." And then you sit back and read about, the giants are the best example, because in the Word of God in Genesis 6, you've got this whole thing that happens, and you're like, well, wait a minute. And God doesn't wait a minute. You're like, I wait a minute. I want to understand this more. And God just goes on. And so does humanity. And so do all of the accounts historically of all these people. And, Noah. And then it's saying there are giants in the land before and after. And it's like, well, wait a minute. Wait.
Yeah.
Pause.
Yeah. That's not so. You're just going to go right over that and not say anything else.
Pause. I need to understand. And then it's like, yeah, we're like grasshoppers in their sight. And it's like, well, wait a minute. Do you mean like literally they're that big? Or, and David fought a giant named Goliath. And you're like, no, you mean like a 6-footer, because they're little. No.
I've seen A Bug's Life. Like, are we the ants? And they're the, like.
And it's hard for us to wrap our mind around because, and it's similar, in some regards, I'm going to classify it as it's similar to the Holy Spirit.
Yeah.
Because we don't, you went to church on Sunday, and what did he preach about? Jesus, right? We went to church on Sunday, and what did
and how he's again it.
Yeah. But, it's Jesus, God, and then it's like the Holy Spirit is at like, we're going to go ahead and throw frosting on this, and the Holy Spirit's with us and empowers us and blah, blah, blah. But wait, we don't know enough about this. We can't know it. Like, I don't know enough about this. So I got to look this up. I got to figure this out, because God doesn't give us enough about that guy. He tells the story of Yahweh. We see the 10 commandments. We get it. We get what happens with Israel. We get Jesus's life. We get his death. We get his resurrection. Hallelujah. And then's the third part. And we go, I don't know what. It's like the giants, God.
Yeah.
I want to know more about this. Tristan sent me this week the Kandahar giant thing, which we've talked about in the past, right? It's like, it's like, well, did that really happen? I mean, everybody's sworn to secrecy. Of course they are. Because if
the Smithsonian, I think that's what we ought to be hounding Trump about. They're like, okay, I got it. We want the all this, the deep state and all this stuff done.
We also want to know what's underneath the Smithsonian.
Right. We want to know why the Smithsonian's keeping all this stuff from us. You've heard about that, right?
I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think I have heard about that.
Oh,
so it has to do with giants. That
seriously,
they have global recognition as the people. If that sort of thing is found,
you call the Smithsonian.
You have to call the Smithsonian. Everybody does it. Yeah, it's really wild.
But like you look at newspaper clippings from before the internet,
Yeah.
In the 1800s, they were digging up giants all over the place.
Yeah.
And it's in the newspapers, it's in print, and you're like, where'd that all go?
Yep.
Because that was real, like that all happened.
I have seen those, yes.
And there was even one picture in a newspaper from the 1800s in like Montana where they had killed a pterodactyl. Like they're not able to fake this stuff back then,
Not back then.
But it was like this bird thing was stretched out in front of like 15 guys, and they shot it down.
Can you imagine?
That is a problem, that the educational establishment has rapidly been. Think about the early, people like Newton and Galileo and all of these people. They believed in God. Like that's
Yes.
why they were looking upward, right?
Yes.
They were looking upward to understand God's creation, and how far we've moved from the people looking up to admire and understand God's creation to the people who just reject Him outright. And then they start shaping science, the books,
their
the
narrative.
curriculum, everything to fit their narrative. And then we start losing things. So imagine if we had been grounded in the church for all of that time when we were gaining technology so rapidly.
Yeah,
we had all these brilliant people. When that continues, we had very brilliant people, but they had been indoctrinated into a secular way of looking at science rather than a biblical way.
I mean, Da Vinci, it just goes on, and the Rockefellers step in.
Yeah.
Especially with Darwin, right? They shift the entire narrative, shift the entire educational system. And so we now become indoctrinated. Am I tracking? Anybody on this agreeing with us?
Yes.
Well,
Dina, she came out and she said, read Revelation, it's happening now. And then Tristan came in and said, I was questioning all this stuff in church as a kid. The answer was always, be quiet and sit still before you get the fly flap.
The fly flap.
I've never heard the fly
I
flap.
have never heard of that.
I don't know what that is.
That's pretty funny. Yeah.
Explanation, please.
Fly slap.
Is that a Georgia thing, or is that like?
I mean, I don't know. Backhand.
Yeah, the backhand.
My dad he would give cow bites. You know what a cow bite is?
No.
If you pinch between your thumb knuckle and your middle finger knuckle, it is.
I bet that hurts, dude.
Oh, it's gnarly because it's hard. And he would reach down, he'd get you right on the back of the calf, and then he'd grab. My dad's 6'6". I'm 5'8", right?
Yeah,
he's a big old dude, and he would. Me and my brother would be getting.
Your dad, does he have 6 fingers?
No.
Okay.
No. But he would give me a cow bite, and then he'd grab me by the arm and.
What? Too soon?
6 fingers?
Yeah.
I don't know what I missed.
Giants.
Okay. No, but
he doesn't happen to have a plot in a burial mound, does he? Just wondering. Like the serpent mound.
Geez.
No, okay.
Anyway, yeah.
So go on with the bite. The
cow bite.
No, it was cow bite, and then he'd grab you by the arm. He'd say, "Don't you dare cry, boy! Don't you dare cry!" And be like, you see your face turns red, and you're like,
yeah. See, listen, but here's something too. He's turning you into a man. Don't you cry. Right?
Yeah.
Where you're teaching your kid, like, you hurt, don't it? You gotta tell Jackson, like, you want to hurt, don't it? What's that? Bap. You just hit hurts, don't it? Like, don't cry about it. A couple weeks ago, we were wrestling around and walked into the pantry, and I grabbed a tortilla and just smacked him.
I want to try that challenge.
You talk about
I do
it.
too.
Yeah, it's so great. He laughed after he picked himself up because I hit him hard. But not that hard. That's abuse. It's terrible.
CPS.
So at any rate, you've got in Genesis 6, you've got the fallen angels coming down, and they give technology to man. And at that time, the Bible says that they took for themselves wives. In other words, they didn't force themselves. They took wives. They established lives here. They gave man technology that they knew.
Mm-hmm.
And all of that's gone after the flood. Fascinating. And we talked about last week the movie Noah starring Russell Crowe.
Mm-hmm.
Terrible movie. But there are a few things you're like, that might be closer than we really realize. And there's stuff on fire throughout the film when, before the flood, obviously. But while he's walking, there's one scene where he's walking and there's this stuff that looks like, NASA stuff on fire. Mm-hmm. It's like, yeah, they had stuff back then that we can't do now. They had stuff back then that we cannot do now. They weren't rubbing sticks together.
They had to have.
Right.
I was going to look up the hieroglyphs. Have you seen the ones that with the airplanes? And
yes, the airplanes and yep.
Yeah, where was it? They had it was this is the one.
Pull it up and show everybody.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
It's so wild. One of them looks exactly like a Black Hawk helicopter, or an Apache helicopter. It's like I can't imagine that is.
It's like the first.
I think it's just a grasshopper.
What?
Yeah, hieroglyphs.
You haven't seen this?
No.
Oh, dude. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Look at that sucker right over in the
right
corner.
over here. It looks like the one from Star Wars, the hover thing.
Yeah, the Land Cruiser.
The Land Cruiser.
Yeah.
You've got this thing here.
Looks like a jet or a spaceship.
It does look like a Black Hawk in the corner.
Yep.
There.
And you got a Black Hawk helicopter.
Yeah. Oh, people can't see my mouse. Oopsie. Well.
Well, they can see.
My bad.
They know. They can look at it and go, "Yeah, look what this is what they're describing." So this is,
and that's a real hieroglyph.
Yeah. Yeah. It could be just coincidence,
but I mean,
sure,
could be.
Sure, could be.
Yeah, there's a wing, and
I mean, they've got
there's a
entire
tail. Yeah.
they've got entire seasons of shows like Ancient Aliens and stuff where it's dedicated. History Channel picked it up, so it's like, oh, this is funny, and these people are weird. And if you've ever watched one, you almost want to be like, who is their handler? Because that guy needs a haircut, or that guy needs a But you look at this stuff and go, yeah, I mean, there's stuff all over the world that we cannot explain that was built before known history and is still here, and we can't build it today. Tell me how that works.
Mm-hmm.
And it's simple. Biblically, it makes it reinforces the biblical narrative, which is one reason why it can't be let out.
Mm-hmm.
They find giants. Well, yep, it says in the Bible giants existed. I guess we better believe it. So let's hide them all, right? Let's hide their bodies. Let's hide the bones. Let's hide everything, because we can't have the Bible be affirmed, even though time and time again it's affirmed. I mean, the oldest mosaic that they've found affirms Jesus.
Oh yeah.
Right? Like you can't make this stuff up. And yet they want to try to hide it from humanity because the enemy is in charge.
So how has it been hidden over just decades or centuries? Because did it just get passed down? Did the directions with all this get passed down from generation to generation of archaeologists to
here we go.
So it's like they, people were finding these things. Even Abraham Lincoln mentioned it in one of his speeches.
Right.
And that as these things were found, these collections exist or whatever, and Smithsonian and museums and people would get it, it would become, and then it would just gradually get accumulated by them. Does that make sense?
So they would they send their own archaeologists out? I'm trying to figure out how. Okay, if somebody's digging and they find something like that, how do they know? Oh, I can only call the Smithsonian.
No. They report it to academia.
Yeah, they say
the University of Wisconsin, and the University of Wisconsin calls the Smithsonian. The Smithsonian comes gets it because they're all in the same tank.
Yeah.
And when it's tied to families, it's tied to power, and it's tied to the narrative that we came from apes, that it's important that the world believes this, because if the world believes this, then there is no God and we win. And it is controlled by the enemy and has been since the beginning, to dismiss God, to discount scripture, and deep.
Oh, yeah.
But the bloodline of those families probably is not pure. And they are evil to the core. And they will try to deceive they're trying to deceive humanity into believing that we are just here by chance. This is all random and there's nothing afterwards. Enjoy the ride. Go ahead and riot. Go ahead and live your life for you Forget about what everybody else wants. Forget about rights. Forget about just take it, And the existence of things like giants, the existence of these hieroglyphs, the existence of a history that shows that there was something and is something that's bigger than we are, it damages their agenda, right? You can't believe that narrative if you see this.
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty simple. Hide the truth so the world is they're easy to lull asleep. And so that's what they've done. I mean, I can't think of any other way to describe it in a simple way, is that angels came, gave us technology, and they were wiped out because they were evil. They were fallen. Their descendants were wiped out. God had to destroy the world because that seed had corrupted humanity to a point where the only way to get rid of it was to destroy the world. And all the way down to the Bible describes Noah as pure, that he wasn't pure. When he got naked and drunk, first, his blood was pure. His bloodline was pure, because they had gone into society, the fabric of society, and God needed to eradicate that seed and that evil from society. That's one of the reasons why God's very specific. There's no chance in the Bible. When he says to Eve and to the serpent, he says, I'm going to put enmity between your seed and her seed. That kicked off an epic, ages-long war.
However, after the flood, they were still
there.
And that's always interesting to me. Like, he did, he flooded the world, but then there were still those that were there were still some left over, though.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's weird.
Well, what are you getting on your end over there? I can't see what YouTube and...
Let's see.
Derek says we've been watching Indiana Jones again.
Oh, he told me I need to watch it again. Yeah, I probably do need
to. You need to watch it again.
Go watch it. It's been a while.
Yeah, Ben, watch. He said,
Ben, watch Indiana Jones again. Yeah.
Tristan said we can't go to the moon either. And then there's no science. Tristan also said there's no science behind creationism, but acknowledging it would wipe out the theory of evolution.
Correct.
And then Dina, she says, when you think about what was said about the third temple in Jerusalem, it happened already. Built the third temple may be a mosque, but it's in old temple. It's a building.
Yeah, no.
I don't think they built it.
No, because you got to remember the dimensions are specific.
Yeah.
The mosque is not built to the spec of a temple. But I also like to, and I've shared this before, but say the highest form of flattery is, imitation.
Imitation is the most
so
sincere form of
it's
flattery.
just like the devil, because he wants to be God, to try to imitate God and build a temple to himself, a mosque on top of the rightful place of the temple, and that's what happened. So, and this is just my opinion, But that's what
that and $5 will get you a Starbucks coffee, right?
That and a farthing.
That and a farthing.
Yeah, $5 and a farthing will get you a Starbucks for sure. So
okay, wait. By an old lady with a fly. I think I know what Tristan. I scrolled back up through the comments to see if I missed any. I have to go back to Tristan's fly flap. I think you're talking about a fly swatter. It's what she's talking about.
Fly
she
flap.
Said,
okay.
Y'all never been slapped on bearskin by an old lady with a fly flap.
That's got to be
a fly flap, a fly swatter.
Fly swatter.
Yeah.
That's what.
I have actually the swatter part. My mother, the swatter part broke, and it was just the wire that held it on. That was fun.
Yeah, that's fun.
That was actually the only time that it was like I didn't laugh afterwards. It was like, oh, I'm gonna cry from this a little bit.
I'm gonna go in my room for just a minute.
I gotta catch my breath. I'm not crying. You're crying. Yeah.
We had a lot of comments tonight.
Yeah, it was great.
That's fantastic.
Yeah,
Yes,
thank
we
you guys so much.
appreciate it.
I do think so here's the thing. Here's the homework, right? There's tons of material out there. Half of it is absolute garbage. If it's not supported biblically, you don't need to listen to it. So like Ancient Aliens, you watch that show and they talk about ancient aliens where you and I might look at it and go, no, that's fallen angels. Okay. They talk about it like It's real simple. There's no such thing as aliens. It's fallen angels.
Well,
I mean, it could
unless
be an
they're
alien
demons.
because
unless they're illegal.
It could be the demonic, right?
it is the demonic.
But, right, but I'm just saying, like, people hear fallen angels, they might get the wrong, like, demonic technology.
Sure.
So
but it's not. So let me differentiate, because it's not, the technology is not demonic. It's God inspired and God given for God's purpose, right? They gave that to man,
right? So it's
after
the
they
demonic use of technology. Yes. How about that?
Sure. Yeah.
Dina also said that Khomeini called himself God just recently, and that's why he killed the people. Talking about Ayatollah. Yeah.
Look,
I hadn't heard him say that, but
I'll take your word for it for sure. He's demonically possessed.
Oh yeah.
You can't murder your own people like that and do what he's done. And
he not. I mean, how old is this dude?
Well, he is 170.
I mean, my God.
So
as a quick change of topic, because I know we're at like overtime.
We're
right?
over.
We're overtime right now. But we said we were going to talk about stuff. I thought time. We were talking last time. I said about Cleopatra being closer to today than she was to the creation of the pyramids.
Yeah.
And I found an interesting fact. I'll just
go.
Fax machines predate the American Civil War. The first fax machine was invented by Alexander Bain in 1843, and it used synchronized pendulums to transmit images over telegraph wires.
What?
Yeah. So that means Abraham Lincoln lived in a world that possessed photography, telegraph networks, and early electronic communication.
It's I believe that. I think I've seen a picture of William Booth with now it was an iPhone 4, but
you mean John Wilkes Booth?
John Wilkes Booth, yeah. John Wilkes Booth with an iPhone 4.
Here's a couple of others that are just interesting to me.
It's not a new iPhone, it's an old one.
Oxford University existed before the Aztec Empire.
What?
I knew it was very old. I did not know.
Yeah.
Before the Aztec Empire.
Yeah. So Oxford University traces its teaching activity to around 1096 AD.
Okay, well, that's kind of...
While it was not formally chartered until later, organized instruction, lectures, and scholarly life were already well established by the late 11th century.
Okay.
And
here's a question.
The Aztec civilization did not arise until 1325.
How do they know that?
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Like,
what's that? Oh, I mean, just like the same way we've got Dead Sea Scrolls or we've got old manuscripts and things.
It's not like it's not like the Aztecs formed a charter and said, on this day in 13, like we start. No, I mean, there were tribes. Did they speak even to each other? Like,
I mean, they had they had their own hieroglyph type language. I
yes,
know they did. So
they did, and they've got a calendar that's over.
Yeah, well,
it ended. So we actually have no idea where we are anymore.
We thought 2012 was it. Wasn't that a joke from last week where it said if you remember 2000, 2012, and what was the other one?
I don't know.
There was another big date then. That dates you basically because 2000 was going to be Y2K.
Y2K.
2012 is when the Aztec calendar ran out.
Yeah. Y2K.
Yeah. And Frank and Martin Luther King Jr. were born the same year. Harvard University existed before calculus. Nintendo is older than the Soviet Union.
Okay, see that's the one. Did you know that? Okay, Nintendo. I that's when I looked up one day because you'll see these it's like I wonder how old these companies are, and you'll look at one. It's like it was formed in the 1800s. I'm like, what? Nintendo, I think was it late 1800s?
Yeah, Nintendo was founded in 1889.
Yep.
In Kyoto, Japan.
Is that not
what did they make?
Playing cards.
Yep.
Playing cards.
Homemade
so
playing
you can
cards.
kind of like stretch. It's the same company, but you can kind of stretch things to. It's like I mean,
well, I was thinking okay, you mean the USS? It was before the Soviet. It was the USSR.
Right.
Yeah, like that's what I was thinking. Like, oh yeah, okay, they just changed that in the 80s. Or like
yes,
back when I was an adult.
Yeah.
So
there you go.
Huh.
Fun.
Fascinating stuff. See, sometimes it's all right to just let your hair down and have fun. And farthing. I mean, so thank you guys so much for tuning in tonight, especially for the last half, because that's enjoyable. we might. What are you laughing?
Tristan says, I'm currently playing Donkey Kong, Nintendo Switch 2.
Yeah, I totally.
Great.
Yeah. I think we should maybe pick something every week that is just absolutely ridiculous and go with it. Like,
let's do it.
Oh, I love stuff like that.
Let's do it.
Just like one, and we just do one pick a week, and next week could be like my pick, and then your pick, and we could just dive into something that is just like, you know, like let's do an episode about the animals at Chernobyl. That'd be fun, you know, like
animals at Chernobyl.
Yeah,
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Plant fauna and animals at Chernobyl. Yeah, they've got a whole new kind of mold species that has adapted and is thriving, and nobody can really put their finger on what's going on with that. Like, yeah, and the animals like six antlered deer, stuff like that. I mean,
yeah, that
you know, fun things, just fun things like that.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, but thank you guys for all the chatter tonight. It's been great as always. We love it. Thank you guys for tuning in. Like and share us, please. Share, and tell everybody you share to get on and talk to us, because we'll talk right back.
We love the comments. That's our favorite part of the
talk right back.
Favorite part of the show.
In fact, what I'd love more than anything is to get this show to a place where we actually don't have to come with a topic. Like, let's just let these guys talk.
Yeah.
And we'll this is my position.
Basically, if y'all don't comment, we're going to just end this whole thing. Okay.
We'll just sit here for an hour.
Yes.
And just look at each other. What are they saying? Nothing.
No,
I got nothing. So, but I never want to close out any of these moments with you guys without just telling you, number one, Jesus loves you. God so loved the world that he sent his only son, Jesus. Whosoever believes in him will not perish but have everlasting life. And I think more than anything right now, especially in the world that we live in, when everything's upside down and, you know, it's ICE this and ICE that and Orange Man bad, and there's so much chaos and so much deceit and so much, it's just so ugly. And it's tax season. I mean, could it get any better? Yeah, it can. Let's just go ahead and have a 16 farthing snowfall event.
You got to quit using that. It's so wrong.
I know. That's why I'm using it.
You're not even close to right, dude.
What, should it be 17 farthings?
Should I go invest in farthings?
You know, there's a rush on the stores that's happening right now. And I mean, if you're a Food City employee, we're going to pray for you as all the milk comes off the shelves and the bread. And, you know, it's like doomsday.
I have to read Dina. Her comment. She says, first off, she says, my kind of show. And then she says, sick of it. This is refreshing. So saying sick of all the stuff going on in the world.
Just ridiculous, right?
Her show is refreshing. So glad we could be here to entertain you, Dina.
Yes.
Yeah.
Please tell your friends.
And watch Continue.
Do it every Wednesday.
Continue
every
Freedom.
Wednesday.
Continue Freedom.
Oh, yeah, in my show, Continue Freedom. There you go.
Yes.
I talk about all this stuff you probably don't want to hear, Dina. I talk about a lot of politics.
Maybe
my show's serious.
But I try to do it with a smile.
I'm
Dina.
serious.
I try to do it with a smile.
But yeah, when everything seems upside down and here we're getting prepared for this weather event and whatever, we might not be here next week because of where we live. It is the funniest thing. We get a little bit of snow here, and I've noticed this about y'all because I'm not from here.
Oh, I know.
But I've noticed you guys.
Whole town shuts down.
Well, yeah, the whole town shuts down, but the people that are out like, no, I got this. I know how to drive on this. I got it.
Yes.
No, you don't, actually. Unless you grow up on snow and ice, unless you're accustomed to it and have dealt with it every winter since you're, 16 and driving, 3 winters of your lifetime doesn't account for I know how to drive on snow and ice. You've got it, it's an art form and it takes a lot of practice. And as somebody that's done it a lot, I don't want to drive on snow and ice. I've lived through it.
Yeah.
And I'm staying home. So don't take the chance. Just don't take the chance.
I had a driver, I know I'm belaboring this, but I had a driver in Afghanistan who was from LA. And during Afghan winter, we had record-setting winter. We're driving. This guy's never seen snow in his life. He's from LA, born and raised in LA.
Wow.
And then next thing you know, he's driving on these narrow mountain roads in Afghanistan
in the snow,
with our mirrors scraping against the rock on the side. Otherwise, we're gonna, with snow chains on our tires. And yeah, it was.
Were you praying, or were you at that point?
I was praying.
At that,
my prayer life was strong.
Yeah, I bet it was.
I actually we did do hit a snowy patch on Highway 1 because there's Highway 1 and Highway 2. There might have been Highway 3. Like these are the paved roads.
Yeah,
and
okay.
It was straight north and south in Afghanistan. And we're driving down the road and probably going a little too fast. And we hit this long stretch, doesn't have time to slow down, hits this long stretch of icy snow. And next thing I know, I feel myself moving. And next thing I know, I see the vehicle that was behind us through the front windshield.
Yeah.
And then it was terrifying. We did a full 360, spun around. Well, it was a little more than that. Come to the side, and the whole vehicle was just going,
I remember
my driver from LA. I was like, slow down, bro.
We got to get off.
Sorry, we got to get off. Yeah.
But I do want to share mine now. Mine's bigger. I was driving a tour bus.
You were driving it?
With the Muppets. No, not with the Muppets, but I was driving a tour bus back when I was in my 20s, and it's really quiet. We were in a snowstorm in North Dakota, driving across North Dakota on the interstate, and there's no cars, nothing. And I'm driving this tour bus across North Dakota where you can barely see you can't really see the interstate. You just keep it between what you can see, and we get pulled over by the police and found out that the interstate had been closed for 30 miles, and we're just trucking up, just roll, keep them rolling. I mean, what are you gonna do?
East down yeah.
Great time. I wasn't supposed to be driving because it was a tour bus, so the driver hopped in the seat while we had to swap before the cop came up. Yeah, but at any rate, those are good times. Yeah. So while the world's going upside down, remember there is one constant in your storm, one thing that is gonna make everything seem peaceful, and his name is Jesus, and he is the hope for your life, for my life, the hope of the world. And that's why we exist as a group, is number one, to have fun, talk about politics and all that stuff, but before number one, like everything I am, everything we are is Jesus. And if you don't know him, find somebody. I mean, it's really simple. You can just ask him to come into your life and into your heart. But I want to encourage you to pair up or find somebody who does profess Christ and ask him questions. Get to know him. Be the best friend you ever had. As always, we're braver than the rest. Thank you for your comments tonight. Feel free to email us fun things to talk about at thebraverthantheRest@gmail.com. You can also comment here after the show, and we go back and we get notifications that you've commented, and we'll read them. And share it, tell the world that we exist. As always, keep your eyes to the skies. Our King is returning. Braver than the rest. See you next week.